nationalities, a lot of people coming from around the world, and it's a great honor for me to be here also to represent my country, Morocco. I'm here to speak about the secrets of our made in Morocco cosmetics. And there is a legacy, there is an history behind this products that you guys maybe know. But first of all, I would like to present my association. We are I'm Adil Lamnini. I'm coming from Morocco. I'm actually the president of the Professional Association of Moroccan Brands, and we are promoting the Made in Morocco label, not only in Morocco, but also abroad. And our work is to give some support to SMEs, because like in many countries in Africa or in the world, my country is 95% of SMEs, small and medium companies. And those companies doesn't have enough money and enough human resources to have this marketing plan, this storytelling specialist who can help them to sell their products. They also don't have this capacity to be involved in this process of trademark registration of their formulas and processes. And we help them with a group of entrepreneurs, with a group of experts to get to this level of expertise. We are also promoting this image of the made in Morocco. Why? Because like in every country, we have this brand nation concept that we need to push. And we would like to have this vision and also this capacity to show to the world that there is also human resources and people who can build this new Morocco that we are aiming to get in. The presentation of today was expected in French, but I will switch in English. But we will go all together to a fabulous trip, if it's okay for you. We will start this trip talking about this Oriental Cosmetics. I see my friends coming from Canada enjoying my French presentation. They are from Quebec. Welcome to the Canadian people, where a lot of a huge Moroccan community is based there. It's a heritage of our nature. And it comes from the fact that our country, Morocco, is since 10,000 years involved in this cosmetics industry, because we are, I will say, a cross-country between the East and the West. And we had this opportunity to have a big influence from India, from China, from Europe, from Africa, and also from this religious part of our country. Because, like maybe you don't know, in Morocco we have Jews, we have Catholics, and we have Muslims. And we have also different ethnies like Amazirs, Arabs, and also people coming from the south of Spain, which is Andalus. We will start our journey from this era of pharaohs and Amazirs. You maybe don't know that the first cosmetic or the first cosmetic items that we found was from the pharaoh era. They were using cosmetics because gods of Egypt needs to be beautiful, needs to be strong, and this cosmetics was a way from them to reach to this level within the society. This is also very important to know that to define your social status, you need to be like nowadays, you know, dress to impress. And in the pharaoh era, there was they have to be beautiful to impress, because that was also a way And they were using, I don't know if you know what is kohl. It's like the actual mascara. They were using also honey for their bodies, and they use also milk. You know that Cleopatra was using donkey milks for their daily showers, which is the extreme looks that we can imagine today. That was for the hydration of her skin. We have also this story about a king who was Juba, sorry, and this king was the husband of or the king of Cleopatra, and this guy was one of the biggest innovator within the pharaoh, because he was investing a lot in science. One of his counselor at this time was giving names to plants and looking how can these plants be used in cosmetics or in medicine in general, because like you know, medicine and cosmetics was linked within this era. We have also discovered within this era that in Kitab al-Istibkar that argan oil was discovered, and we told that we given this the name of l'arbre béni des dieux, the tree of gods, to the argan trees. And it's very important to have also this reference, because it's very important. And they were given to this tree more than 100 benefits. Today we know only that argan oil can be used for our skins, for our faces. But imagine that within this discovery, what can be the added value of this tree. And then we came to the Islamic and Andalus part. Is everyone familiar with Andalus? Andalus is the south of Spain. Within 700 years, we were the Muslims and were established in the south of Spain, and there was, like you know, a big mix, a big influence between those two civilizations. Now we start within this era. We start talking about what we can provide and what we can link between the Orient and the Occident. And then we start talking about the first time about the Oriental Cosmetics. Oriental Cosmetics, who were a combination between what we have within the south of what we have within the south of Morocco, and what we can have also from this culture of Andalus. And we start talking about hammams. You know, everyone? Is everyone familiar with hammam? No, it's a Moroccan concept, but it's not truly a Moroccan concept, because it comes from Romans, and it was developed and also by Turkish people and by Andalus. Here I have a photo about the first hammams. Can you imagine this kind of installation within the Roman area? And it was always linked with henna. You know what's henna? It's like you have it on your hand, and essential oils, and it was a real mixture. It was, like we say in Morocco, a ritual. And we have also to talk that during this era there was a big exchange between the Far East and Morocco. You know that in India was the first country to develop the fragrances, the parfum, and Moroccans were in contact with Indian people, actually for the spice business. And they were including, and this is a real innovation, they were including perfumes in the building of mosques. They want that the mosques will smell those perfumes. Can you imagine this innovation? Imagine that we can do, or we can build today our houses with this technology. It's something very, very exceptional. I discovered this point preparing this presentation, and it was really something who was attracting me. And we start producing in Fez huge quantities of perfumes. Fez is one of the biggest cities in Morocco, and we will talk about it. And here we have this era in the Medina of Fez, which is L'Attarin. And L'Attarin means in English the perfumes corporation. They were dedicated to this industry, and they were also led by El-Kindi, who was one of the big guys developing the industry of perfumes all over the world, not only in Morocco, but he's the guy who was really including some new fragrances in perfumes. He was like producing 100 kinds of perfumes, and one of them is, like, you know, Alembic, who's really the heart of the new industry of perfumes. And this is a real highlight and a real info. Do you know that in Fez was the first city importing perfumes in the world? And it was really something important, because Fez was the city of Africa. It was the capital of Africa. Everyone knows Fez because maybe you know that one of the oldest university in the world is Al-Qarawiyyin. It's a Guinness record in the world, in the history of humanity. It's the oldest university in the world, and it exists in right now. Yes, Fatima Al-Fihriya, who gives all her fortune to create this university. Yes, because we empower women in Morocco. It's a real country for women empowerment. And you know that today, when we are talking about this industry of cosmetics, it's led by 99% of women, and we will have one of them today, because entrepreneurship or rural entrepreneurship is led by women in my country. This is really a power of our country. The women are a great pillar of our economy. For example, when we are talking about cosmetics, it represents today 13% of our GDP, which is something very important. We are dealing like $2 billion every year with raw materials, with the plants and essential oils within our country. And we are having like 2.5 million people involved in this industry directly, and maybe 10 or 12% of them who lives directly from this industry. Morocco is around 40 million people today. And the fact that Fez was one of the biggest countries of Africa gives to the Moroccan industry of perfume and cosmetics industry this capacity to be really in the innovation. Like I told you, more than 100 fragrances were developed by El-Kindi. El-Kindi is still, till now, one of the best perfumes developers and scientists ever. And now we come to the actual era, العلويت. Our king is Alawi. Our king is Sidi Muhammad al-Alawi, which is a linear of the kings that we had this for last eras. Morocco, like we see in this photo, we are not in this image of a woman with the. We had the opportunity to let the woman play her role in our society, and she needs to, and she has the opportunity also to show her beauty using argan oil, prickly pear oil, and also here we have to discuss about what we will face, because Morocco and his development cannot be successful if we are not taking advantage of our heritage. First of all, immaterial capital, and also the fact that we need to involve this new generation in these stories, because today the game has changed. We are working globally, so we have to talk to different people, and if you don't know our history, we cannot sell it. Like we say in English, if you can, it's all about story selling. It's no more telling, but selling. And the story right now is focused on four major products. The first is the fleur d'oranger, orange flowers, water or essences, who are very important in our country. It comes also from this, it's one of our best seller in Morocco, but it comes from China, because we don't have citrus in Morocco. And the legend says that maybe one of our people doing business with Asia were bringing back some flowers, dried flowers from China, and they use it like essential oils. And from there, we start having plants. We start having trees in Morocco, and the industry now is something very important. We have our second product, which is the huile de figue de Barbarie, prickly pear oil. We are the second country producing this oil in the world. Second in the world. You know how much prickly pear seeds you need to have for a liter of this oil? 400 kilos of seeds. That's why it's one of the most expensive oils in the world. We call it green gold in Morocco. We have our red gold, which is saffron, and we have our green gold, which is the prickly pear oil. It's something very. It's a really fabulous oil, because of the fact that she's having vitamin E, acid gras. I don't know the word in English, but it's something very. Yeah, fatty acids. Okay, thank you. We have the rasoul. You know what's rasoul? It's an argil. It's something very. It's endemic from Morocco, and it's like a sponge. When you take this rasoul, it's like a sponge, and they use it for hammams, and they use it for washing. It's incredible. And imagine using this rasoul mixed with this fleur d'oranger or fleur de rose, huile de rose. You know, it's something very special. It's also something like we told you. When it comes to these products, we are really today proudly promoting our Moroccan products. But what we need to know, but what we need to understand from this presentation is that the fact that being proud of your local product is something, guys, I will say normal, you know. But our vision today is to be truly international. Because like I told you, we are like 40 million people or consumer in Morocco, and it's not enough for an economy. You have to open your economy and your SMEs to the world. And this is the only way to do it. Having partnerships, having quality, having processes. And we will talk about this later within one of our panels, because Morocco was in this image of something very traditional, something very raw, something that we need to maybe to check, and it's not right, because we have a heavy industry within the cosmetics. The fourth biggest company in amenities in the world is a Moroccan company. You know, and we are the fourth biggest producer of herbs in the world. So we have this real potential. And look what happens, for example, in Canada. One of the biggest sales in cosmetics is the prickly pear oil. It's huge what we have in Canada. Maybe we can. And we have also this Chinese market, 1,300,000,000 consumer, and they are attracted by argan oil. People that doesn't know that Asian people have a very, comment on dit, sèche, une peau sèche, dry skins, and they have to use very strong oils to face these statements. That's why it's very important to know that investing or being involved in this kind of industries can open very big opportunities. Not only in Canada, which is a big country, but also in China. We have this, and you were perfectly right when you were talking about this argan oil or Moroccan oil brand that established in the US, because today in the USA, argan oil is something very precious. You can find it in all the cosmetics that you can imagine, including in shampoos. You know, and this is one of our big victories also, being in Australia with our black soap, Moroccan black soap, which is animal and vegetal fat transformed traditionally with Moroccan companies. It's also something very, very important. My point is the fact also that we need more exposure. We need to test, to let some new generation of people test in our products. And we need to innovate. And today this is the challenge. This is how the story will be built for the future, is innovation, investing in quality and processes, and creating bridges between the countries. Like we talk about this Pharaoh and Andalus era, we have today to build new bridges with companies. We have the opportunity to provide not only services but expertise to external investors or foreigners. And we are open to build new ventures and new cooperation with other countries in Africa, in America, and also in Asia. Okay. I'm here for your questions. It was quick, but thank you. Thank you. I don't know if you have some questions, guys. Please. I will give you...
Hello, thanks for your conference. I'm from Mexico, and I would like to know if your company has negotiation with another country to obtain the oil. You know, yes. You know where I can buy the oil.
You want to say it in Spanish, maybe? It's easier for you.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
do it.
Yes. Bueno, ¿dónde, si ustedes trabajan con otra compañía para obtener el aceite? Bueno, si ustedes los distribuyen con otros
El
países,
aceite
¿con
de
qué
argán.
compañías? Sí.
Hablamos del aceite de argán, ¿ok?
¿Ustedes trabajan con otras compañías que sean, que trabajen fuera de
Tenemos,
país?
tenemos empresas que están profesional en el aceite de argán. Tenemos también una dirección. Si usted es aquí, puedes encontrar la persona que se encarga del patrimonio de argán en Marruecos.
Okay.
So, la oportunidad es aquí. Y, trabajando con el primer productor de aceite de figa de barbería, es también una oportunidad para nosotros. Sí, México es un país que es la puerta de América Latina también.
Sí, actualmente trabajo en una maquiladora.
Podemos perfectamente trabajar juntos para el desarrollo de este proyecto.
Okay.
Es un tema que es de actualidad y con la gente que están con nosotros en esta presentación podemos crear la oportunidad. Seguro.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias, de nada.
Okay, I think I heard enough to think that there is something there. So I'm from Suriname, South America, Northeast Amazon. I'm with a conservation organization called Amazon Conservation Team. We work with women in South Suriname. And at this point, we were just wondering how we could further utilize the resources that we have in an abundance in the rainforest to use those in a sustainable way and have the women and their families benefit from it. Now, in our case, we are not commercially oriented. So what we assist with is doing inventories, research, and monitoring with institutions. Now, listening to you, would there be any opportunity to partner with communities? Could be through us, and when the women are strengthened, directly with them, to explore if there are new, genetic resources in this huge, vast rainforest that could be of interest of developing new lines.
Perfectly. You know that Morocco is maybe not Suriname, but we have the same story. Why? Because like I told you, 95% of the Moroccan economy is built by SMEs, small, very small and small businesses. And within these small businesses, we include women cooperatives. And having this know-how and maybe this expertise, because we have more expertise with the Canadian funds, US funds, and also European funds, can help you guys in Suriname also to I will say to replicate these programs and maybe to create links between those programs in Africa and maybe in America. And what I can tell you today, that we have a beautiful and extraordinary woman with us, which is Bedia Betar. She's the president of the Association of the Women Involved in Business. She's with us today. So you can perfectly share your ideas with her, and I'm sure that we will have connections.
Thank you so much.
And I will be here to make sure that the connection will be done.
Okay, great.
My sister from Africa. She wants to say something, and she was looking for the mic. Tell me.
Thank you so much. I'm Lydia
My pleasure.
Nakaenza from Uganda. I am happy to be here. I remember when I was building my factory, I went to Morocco on a fact-finding mission because I had gone to the Vivaness in Germany, And I was impressed by the Moroccan stand, and I can see why. I was like, you saw different people doing different work in the organ sector. They're like, do you want to talk to the women groups, or do you want to talk to just people who do like conventional argan oil? I found that very impressive, and sitting here today, I'm happy because I came today it's my first day at the expo today in Dubai, and I'm looking to learn more because I was impressed with what I saw in Morocco. So when you offer that you're going to also look at exporting your expertise and service, that is something I'm interested in because for the longest time, Ugandan shea butter has been in the hands of either very artisanal and basic or very large companies who really don't care to grow the industry with everybody involved in it. So I look forward to learning more how we can do that and also see how we can develop our own sector in Uganda because we have a lot of things that we haven't commercialized to date. Like we have the desert dates and a lot of other things, but we haven't yet built up that story. Like I can't say we have done shea butter or these cosmetics over centuries, but we have a resource we can start to build on. And for me, it would be interesting to see how you incorporate like the rural youth in this kind of very modern work because cosmetics is about storytelling, but also about standards and processing. Thank you.
This is sure. It's all about story selling, but it's also processing because when it comes to cosmetics, it comes also to the skin. It comes to our health. And we need to have this professionalism in the process to export. Because today the big markets are in Europe or in the US or Asia. And imagine yourself coming to Canada with your raw materials or your artisanal products with the customs of Canada. You know very well that it's not possible. Imagine yourself in the US with the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. It's something that people cannot imagine that if you don't have a real process, if you cannot be checked by a third party. Like, for example, in Morocco, you cannot export cosmetics if you are not ISO 22716. This is something very important. You have to be checked also by the health ministry. They do some researches on your product. They test your products. And you know that the new kind of customers or clients that we have, we can no more test our products on animals. This is something very important. Vegan. Everything is vegan within Moroccan cosmetics because when you are not vegan, you cannot export. People in Europe and America are very sensitive on this point. So before buying, they check. And we have to adapt ourselves. Like we say in our professional association, first impression is last impression. We have to work on quality, we have also to work on processes, and we have to attract new profiles to our sectors. Because when it comes to, when you have to attract new young people to this industry, they are not seduced. They say, maybe I will go to finance or advertising or industry, but cosmetics is not something for me. But they cannot imagine that in the top 10 of the biggest companies in the world, there is 3 big cosmetic companies. And they come before aeronautics and automotive. So this is something very lucrative for people who wants to go for professionalism. That's why we think that for Africa, we have raw materials, we have youth, we have know-how and knowledge today, and this is one of the success stories that we have to build for our future generations. Okay? Is there any other questions? Please, tell me. The mic is here.
Hi, thanks for the great presentation. I'm very impressed, and I'm going to Morocco next, so thank you. My question to you is about social entrepreneurship. So I understand the idea of having a product and that product empowering the communities or the co-op, the collective, like in this case, the women in a certain region in Morocco. What are the business challenges and challenges in working as a team? Like for us, going to that culture and taking their product, would be labeled as cultural appropriation, which is frowned upon in the Middle East and in America if they're not given their due share of, wages and such. How can we ensure that when we leave from Morocco, we are not like using? Is there a standard of pricing?
There is no. We are a liberal country. There is no standards in pricing. So you have you feel free to sell your products within the Moroccan economy and also for export. But what we need to know that we within our country we have labels, and cosmetic industry is engaged in social entrepreneurship, I told you, cooperatives, SMEs, startups, because we have also cosmetic startups. You know that the future of cosmetics is the homemade cosmetics. You know that that is the future, and within these opportunities we give also some labels. I'm today representing the Professional Association of Moroccan Brands, and we give this Made in Morocco label. First of all, you have to register yourself, because like you say perfectly, imagine yourself building a brand, exporting this brand, investing in human resources, in processes, in raw materials, and sometimes someone come with a new brand, which is yours. So first of all, we have to protect ourselves, registering our trademarks. We need to have this branding conception of doing business. We have a program which is small companies, big brands. It's linked to another program which is small companies, big governance. Because it's not only about trademarking or trademark or brand registration, it's also about how we will deal and how we will manage those small cooperatives and startups. This is the main problem that we have and that we face in Africa in general, is the governance. Because managing a company is also managing a profitability. Because we create also in social entrepreneurship. A social enterprise is an enterprise who is involved with people to create a value. Not for the markets, but for the people. This is the difference. But having or aiming to these objectives needs from us a real vision about what is the future of cosmetics and what is the real definition about social entrepreneurship. It's clear? Thank you. Is there any other questions? My friends from Canada, or from Quebec. Is Quebec Canada or Canada is Quebec? Province, okay. Okay, if it's okay for you, I would like again to thank everyone for your concentration first, for the interest that you guys give to Moroccan cosmetics. And I stay at your complete disposal if there is any other questions or, like I told you, the big women are in the room. So please feel free to take contact and to create bridges between our countries and Morocco. Thank you very much.